Mikhail and Tarek Salahi are now with us exclusively. Mr. and Mrs. Salahi, thank you for joining us.
Morning, Matt.
Good morning, Matt. Thank you for having us.
It's my pleasure. Let me start with a question. Based on some of the things that have been reported over the last 48 or 72 hours, I feel the need to say this and ask this. Are you appearing here today in any way because of any financial deal that you have made with this network? Are we paying you for this appearance in any way?
No, you're not.
No, absolutely not.
All right, let me go then
and at no time, Matt, have we ever even talked about doing that with anyone.
Let me go to Thursday morning, okay? So the state dinner is over. You've gone there. You've had your photos taken. You've shaken hands with the president. And now you wake up on Thursday morning to the headlines that say White House party crashers. What was your reaction when you saw the headlines?
Devastated.
Very saddened to see that.
Why? Why devastated?
Shocked. Devastated. We knew the facts, which was time, our side of the story, and everything will be heard. And right now, it's just been really unbearable to go through.
When you see, in addition to the headlines, some of the things that have been reported about the two of you, and I'll be blunt about it, have not been at all positive. In fact, they've been extremely negative. Do you feel as if you've been mischaracterized in the media?
Well, no question. I mean, unfortunately, we've been mischaracterized, through the media and other paparazzi forums, and our homes have been invaded, and it's been just devastating to what's happened to Mikhail and I, and our friends, colleagues, our business partners.
Our lives have been destroyed.
Our lives have really been destroyed.
Everything we worked for, Matt. For me, 44 years, just destroyed.
There are some hurdles you still have to clear, and you were clear with me on the phone about that there are some meetings you still have to have before you can talk in explicit detail about every aspect of this story. But at the center of everything is a simple question, and the question is, were you or were you not invited to attend that state dinner? How do you answer that?
Well, we were invited, not crashers, and there isn't anyone that would have the audacity or the poor behavior to do that. The White House is the House, and no one would do that.
Who invited you?
And certainly not us.
Well, Matt, one of the things that we're doing is we're working closely with the Secret Service and their internal investigation, and
respect everything they do.
We're respecting their timeline, and we're working on their timeline, and we want to get through that process. We've been very candid with them. We've turned over documentation to them, and we'll continue to work with the U.S. Secret Service completely all the way through this process.
You've heard the statement that was issued by Michelle Jones, who's a senior Pentagon official, who said, quote, "I did not state at any time or imply that I had tickets for any portion of the evening's events. I specifically stated they did not have tickets. In fact, that I did not have the authority to authorize attendance, admittance, access to any part of the evening's activities. Even though I informed them of this, they still decided to come." I've heard reports she even left a voicemail on your machine saying pretty much the same thing. Do you disagree with what Michelle Jones says in that statement?
Well, what we're going to do, we're going to definitely work with the Secret Service and our between Mikhail and I on this to really shed light on this, and we're going to be coming up to New York, sitting on your couch. We're going to show you documentation from emails that you'll get a chance to see.
This documentation, Tarek, I want to see if I can be a little more specific on this. I know you've got these emails. Are these emails that are unequivocal in your mind, or are they open to interpretation? In other words, if anyone looks at these, are they going to say, wow, yes, they had clearance to attend, or might that be your point of view reading them, and other people might look and say, no, this is a game of semantics here?
No. In our view, it's clear to us, and based on the timeline, I think the American public is actually going to be extremely surprised with all the details that went from beginning to end into what was supposed to be a lovely, beautiful evening.
Lifetime memory.
A lifetime memory. So, we're prepared to be coming up there hopefully very soon.
Just a couple more. Let me ask you about this report that's come up this morning that on September 26th, the two of you attended another event, the Congressional Black Caucus Dinner. Reports are you were uninvited to that and were escorted out. We have a photograph of you that was taken alongside New York Congressman Charlie Rangel. What was the reason for you attending that? Were you invited?
Yes, we were invited. This is the first time I've ever heard, another false accusation against my wife and I, saying that we weren't invited there. We were invited there by the Gardner Law Group. We were a guest of theirs, proud guest of theirs. And no, were we escorted out? Of course not. That's another gossip rumor, just unfortunately like how this story got started through a gossip column.
Based on your meetings yesterday with the Secret Service, do you feel as if you will be prosecuted, or do you think you will be completely exonerated in this situation?
I am certain we're going to be completely exonerated.
And when do you think you'll be able to come up here and share details of the rest of this story?
We'll just hope and wait.
Mikkel and I hope to do that in the very near term. We hope within the next several days.
We look forward to having you
Whatever
here.
time they need.
We're definitely going to be working
Matt.
on the Secret Service timetable on that, but we are looking forward to coming to see you, Matt.
All right, Tarek and Mischaracterized Salahi, thank you very much for joining us this morning. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Matt.